Hi, I'm Jenny Bortman, President of Universal Insurance Programs. Growing up in the insurance industry, I'm very passionate about not only insurance, but keeping our clients claims free. Unfortunately, in the past few years, there has been a huge uptick in claims, many of which are very avoidable. So what does this mean to you? This will result in your insurance premiums going up, non-renewals, higher deductibles, and claims can also hurt your business's reputation. Today, we want to share some best practices that we can see that are getting missed. One large loss could put your beautiful company out of business, and that is what we all want to avoid. Proper training to all employees is key, and it needs to be consistent and ongoing. We're going to focus on some specific areas where we're seeing increased frequency and severity. And when something isn't right, the staff needs to know what to do. Can they fix it? Do they need to call a manager, or should they call 911? Whatever the scenario is, the employees working need proper training to fully minimize an accident from happening. So let's get started. First off, make sure that you and your team are doing daily maintenance check-ins and report if something isn't right. If you don't have one, Universal's opening and closing checklists are made available to everyone, and you want to make sure that you guys are all following the same best practices. While these are easy, they are also critical to operate a safe and secure business. On the daily checklist, it should include a section about equipment maintenance. Inspect all fans in the units and clean or dust the fans as needed. Look for loose screws, open grates, and damaged covers. Fingers should not be able to pass through these protective grates and barriers. If something is broken, make sure the bed is not in use and report the bed to management. This might seem surprising, but we've had several very large losses from tanners injuring themselves from fan blades, and some have even lost fingers. These losses are typically 6 or 7-digit figure payouts because many times the salon could have shut down the room, but instead they continued to allow people to tan in a room with a broken bed. Another simple step is to make sure that the fire extinguishers are properly mounted, visible, and accessible, and your entire team knows how to use them. There was once a claim where the employee called a manager about a fire instead of using the fire extinguisher or calling 911. This could have really minimized the size of this large fire loss. Sprinkler systems need to be in good working order. And if you're not responsible for the inspection, make sure that your landlord is on top of it and you get a copy for your records. Smoke detectors are a must, and you need to make sure that they're in good condition with active batteries. Moving on to wiring and electrical connections. On a daily basis, inspect units for exposed or loose wiring, including checking the buck booster connections. All breaker boxes need to be cleaned and in good condition. All switches should be protected by proper covers, and light fixtures need to be attached securely to the wall or ceiling with no exposed wires. Make sure that all electrical appliances and outlets are protected. The number of fires that we've seen because of poor electrical maintenance is very concerning. These claims are preventable, and if these items were checked, maintained, or upgraded, maybe these claims wouldn't have happened. So if you're unsure what to do, call an electrician for recommendations, as you have to take these recommendations seriously. Otherwise, a fire at your salon could be a total loss. Did you know that washing machines cause lots of claims? So don't operate your washing machine while the salon is closed. Leave a 3 to 4 inch gap between the back of the washing machine and the wall to avoid kinking of the hoses. And check these hoses frequently for cracks, especially near the hose connection. Replace the hoses every 2 years or more frequently if needed, as recommended by your plumber. This will be dependent on 1, how old your washing machine is, and 2, how frequently you're using it. Toilets and sinks are another common area of concern caused by faulty supply line, broken toilets and sinks that go unreported, or toilets that are backed up due to foreign objects being inappropriately flushed down the toilet or jammed down the drain. Frequently inspect the toilets and sinks, especially at open and closing times. Look and listen to ensure that there's no running water, and if there is, turn off the water supply and call a plumber. Ensure that everyone knows how to shut off the water valves for the toilets and sinks in case of an emergency. Water heaters. What does your water heater room look like? These are often tucked away in a back closet and they're rarely seen or inspected. Did you know the chance of a water heater leaking or bursting dramatically increases just after 5 years, and about 75% will fail in less than 12 years? So have a professional plumber inspect the entire system at least on an annual basis, because a little bit of upfront cost goes a very long way. Talking about inspections, let's take it a step further and talk about acrylics. Inspect top and bottom of acrylics and look for pinch points, loose screws, and seals. Inspect the glass that covers the high pressure lamps and look for defects. If you see them, replace the acrylics immediately if there's any signs of concern, because serious damage or injuries can occur if not replaced or immediately closing down the room. And when you're checking these lamps and or installing new lamps, make sure that all components and everything you're doing follow the manufacturer's installation procedures. And if you're not sure what to do, have a professional change the lamps for you. Your salon's reputation can diminish very quickly on things like social media when a person gets injured inside a tanning bed. While inspecting your tanning units, check the lift systems, and that includes the springs and pistons. Ensure the canopy opens easily and is not prone to swinging or jarring movement. Listen to squeaking, rubbing noises, or signs of eventual failure. It's important to look for pinch points too. Defective lift systems can cause serious injuries, and no one wants their clients being scared that they're stuck in a tanning unit. Moving on to spray booths. Check all connections, valves, and hoses daily. Make sure that there's no leaks in the water hoses. Spray tan solution can be corrosive to the hoses and valves, which creates risks of leaking and serious flooding. Don't run your hoses over walls, through drop ceilings, or other corners. Install a shutoff valve or lever at the water source and make sure to shut the water off each and every night. We really can't stress this enough. Many of our large spray booth claim issues have occurred in the middle of the night, where it not only flooded the salon that we insure, but the neighboring businesses, causing a lot of damage. It's also important to check the waste pumps frequently, because they easily clog with hair and residue, resulting in significant property damage. Wipe down the entire unit and the surrounding floor areas, because this solution, even with a slight film on the floor, can cause a person to easily slip. On that note, every business should do everything they can to reduce slips, trips, and falls. The tanning industry is especially susceptible to these injuries due to the heavy foot traffic, combined with the use of spray tan systems and tanning lotions, along with the constant spraying of liquid cleaning solutions that are used to sanitize the tanning systems. Therefore, you must keep your hallways, your treatment rooms, your common areas clean and dry at all times. We've seen so many injuries in spray booth rooms just because of the slick flooring. So use non-slip mats, as they're critical by the equipment, the entrance, and the exits. You may want to consider even putting a chair in the room to help clients change safely. And after each and every session, make sure the rooms are clean and dried. Use cautionary signs to identify problem areas and address hazards immediately. When possible, mop before and after hours when clients have all left. The inside floors and outside pavement need to be safe, and make sure that there's no holes, cracks, loose tiles, or floorboards. So these are just a few tips and suggestions. UIB has been insuring the tanning industry for over 30 years, so we've seen it all. A claim that used to be $20,000 might be over $100,000, so it's critical for you to be proactive. UIP is here to help. We want to give you peace of mind while making the insurance process as easy as possible. So call our office with any questions, and remember, you can download the checklist from the link in the description. Thank you so much, and we hope to hear from you soon. Bye!